So I was on the internet looking today, and I decided to search up when Tyrod Taylor, is going to be coming back to play. And an article came out on Sports Illustrated. David Culley said that it might take Tyrod Taylor a couple weeks until he comes back. Well, I look at the record. The Houston Texans are 1-3. We play the Patriots next week, a game that we might lose. Bill Belichick going against our rookie QB in Davis Mills. Davis Mills coming off one of the worst quarterback performances I've probably ever seen. That's going to be a tough game in itself. And then you have the game against the Colts. And, you have a possibility of being 1-5. And that's if Tyrod Taylor comes back in 2 weeks, mind that. He does have an injury history. He might take a little bit longer to heal. He is 33 years old. He is a mobile quarterback. All those factors have to be taken into consideration. And not to mention, it was reported that the Houston Texans are looking at quarterbacks. So that tells me, one, that maybe this injury with Tyrod Taylor is much more serious than we thought. And two, they have zero to no faith in Davis Mills. So it begs the question. When do the Houston Texans start to tank? And I only bring that up because of the injury that happened to Tyrod Taylor. I think if he's here, we might win the Cleveland game. We definitely could have had a great shot to beat the Panthers. And who knows against the Buffalo Bills any given Sunday, right? But the fact of the matter is the Houston Texans are 1-3. If you're 1-5, 1-6, or even 1-7 by the time Tyrod Taylor comes back, what's even the point of him coming back? At that point, you should be thinking, let me lose as much games as possible to get a high draft pick and get high value in every single round, because it's not just the first round pick. It's not just the first overall pick in the first round. It's the second round, it's third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. You're gonna have the best pick, the cream of the crop in every single round. Guys falling. That's the position that you want to be in. And if you're at 1-7, I don't know how Nick Caserio and David Culley are not thinking about that. I mean, if you're 1-7 at that point, who knows what's going to happen with David Culley? A lot of people are starting to, kind of be, hey, you're way different. You're way different than Bill O'Brien. We like you. We respect you. But at the end of the day, we still care about W's. If you're 1-7, a lot of things are looked at differently. But if you're 1-7 and Tyrod Taylor comes back, there's really no point. If Tyrod Taylor comes back, he might win some games. And I'm sorry, I don't want to lose draft value just to win 2 or 3 more games and still miss the playoffs. The goal is to get the number 1 overall pick. That's what I said in the beginning. I've said tank, lose. Because I thought Spencer Rattler and Sam Howell and company were going to come into their own and be guys who could be labeled as number 1 overall picks. They haven't done that. But then you see players like a Kevon Thibodeau from Oregon, like a Derek Stingley, the cornerback from LSU. Because also, think about the Deshaun Watson trade. He only wants to go to one team. We know who it is. We know it's the Miami Dolphins. They're 1-3 right now. Next week, they play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now they're looking at 1-4, just like us. It was also reported that Brian Flores is frustrated. The Miami Dolphins last year were a very good team. We know they're really a quarterback away from being a team that could contend in the playoffs and maybe win a Super Bowl. If you put Deshaun Watson on the Miami Dolphins, that's a dangerous team. They are going to start to get antsy. They're going to be looking at 1-4. Maybe they get 1-5. And Nick Caserio has been holding still. He's knowing when to hold him. He's knowing when to fold him. He's getting his draft stock all the way up. Does Miami panic? Do they pull the trigger? Do they offer the absolute most value for Deshaun Watson? Because if they keep on going this way, they're going to be a team that doesn't make the playoffs. And I'm sorry, like I said before, there's no clear-cut number 1 QB worthy of being the number 1 overall pick. I do like Malik Willis out of Liberty, but for the number 1 overall pick, I'm not doing that. Not from a QB from Liberty. The things are slowly turning into the Houston Texans way in regards to the future. You're 1-3 now. You're in a position to fight for, well, not fight because you're going to be losing every single game, for the number 1 overall pick. And can you imagine? Look at how good the defense is doing now. Shout out to Lovie Smith. Shout out to Justin Reed. No Ross Blacklock, no Vincent Taylor. The defense still had a very good game. Rookie Roy Lopez is looking like a guy who's going to be an absolute stud for the Houston Texans. They played a damn good game. In the second quarter, in the third quarter, did not allow a touchdown. Forced the defense to go, field goal. Forced the Buffalo Bills offense multiple times to kick the field goal. Did not let them in the red zone. And then, as we all know, in the fourth quarter, the floodgates open, and they were able to score at will. I just think if you're at the point where you're 1-6, 1-7, then just go ahead and just lose every single game. Nick Caserio has already showed that he's not trying to win. Trading away Bradley Roby. Bradley Roby would have helped this team. That was a huge surprising. And also we have to keep in fact that a lot of the players who we thought were going to be, playmakers haven't performed. For example, Mark Ingram, Philip Lindsay, guys who we thought were going to be, huge performers on this offense, haven't been doing any good. There's still hope for Philip Lindsay. Mark Ingram doesn't have it anymore. David Johnson, not good. The Houston Texans do not need to worry about winning games. They need to worry about getting that number 1 overall pick. Go get Kayvon Thibodeau, get Stingley, and then maybe trade up for a quarterback. Whether it's if Malik Willis is still up there on the board, or the kid from Cincinnati, the possibilities are endless. But as of right now, the Houston Texans need to be focused on the future. And I'm sorry, Tyrod Taylor, and it's looking like Davis Mills also, is not the future for the Houston Texans. But let me know what you guys think, because a lot of you guys are very iffy on the tank. Should we do it? Should not? I'm all for it. Let me know what you guys think. As always, go Texans, and you guys always have a blessed day.